Hello, my friends. Jill here, coming to you live from my second and final live from Italy. Right now it's, I think, about 11 a.m. And so for many of you, it's about 5 a.m. And some of you are still sleeping on the West Coast and probably sleeping on the East Coast too, and Central. So welcome. This is our Q&A Wednesday. So those of you who are new here to my empowered fitness community for women over 40, looking to get energized, confident, and strong, I'm Jill Ortiz. I'm happy to have you. And every week we do generally a Motivation Monday chat, which I missed this Monday because we were doing a trip to Verona and we left early and came back very late. And then on Wednesdays, we do a Q&A session where I answer all of your burning questions on fat loss, menopause, workouts, nutrition, and all the like. And so I'm happy to have you here. This is a place where you and I can get to know each other and have an opportunity to take advantage of a lot of the great tools that I have to offer you, including things like this, free Q&As, other tools and resources that are in the guide section of this group. And I will be heading home this Saturday. Yep, Saturday, we fly home at 1 p.m. So we'll be flying all day, no internet when we fly, and arriving home, late at night. So we're going to start taking opportunities for calls again, which I wasn't able to do while in Italy because of the time change and because of the internet situation. But I'm excited to have calls with many of you. So I hope that you've been doing little things to get to know me, to think about what you're looking for, and to maybe start taking advantage of things that you can do on your own while I'm here. Now, we've got some amazing things happening while I am here. I know we had 5 of my empowered fitness community members. We call it our success squad. 5 of my clients in my empowered fitness mastery program, which is a 3-month, more intensive coaching program where you're really working with me personally and in the community. We had 5 of them finish a program while I was in Italy and start a new program for fitness, which is what we do, is we start and finish a program and then we start and finish another one. And generally my programs run 3 to 4 weeks, and it gives you an opportunity to be building and getting somewhere and feeling and seeing that you're getting somewhere and have that excitement to start and finish something, because some of us start things and we don't always finish them, and then start something new and have that continuity, that consistency that brings about the results, which brings about more excitement and motivation. Along the way, I do lots of raffles and challenges and all kinds of fun stuff. So on Wednesday this month in my community, I post a Workout Wherever Wednesday little workout challenge that anybody who wants to do that gets into an extra ticket in our raffle, our monthly client raffle. We also have a group of ladies right now going through my 10-minute tone-up fitness program and my Macros fat burning meal plan, and having a really great time together. They are just chatting it up and sharing when they do workouts and supporting one another. And so that's something that also, it doesn't really require me, but but it's fun because I pop into and I've been sharing some of the workouts I've been doing here in Italy. This morning I taught a boot camp, and so this is my 3rd class that I taught this week. And yesterday I did a 3-mile run and the Workout Wherever Wednesday from last week while my son was warming up with his soccer team to have a soccer match here in Italy. And so I've been eating tons, I've been walking tons, and it's been a great trip. And so I have 2 things for you that you can get started on in this last week while I'm away. I don't even know what day it is. Today is Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I have 4 more days here. So things you can do while I'm here is, a lot of you would be a really, really, really great fit for my 5-day menopause makeover. And so it's only $5. It's $5. You get 5 workouts. They're each 15 minutes. And you also get 5 mastery lessons. So the mastery lessons are for women going through menopause, like, what on earth is going on with me? And these give you in 15 minutes really great insight, action items that you can do to start feeling better already. And so that includes a lesson on sleep, on stress, on nutrition, on fitness, and on hormone replacement therapy and supplementation. So that is such a great thing. So I added the link here for you so you can sign up for the 5-day menopause makeover. I have room for 10 people at a time to do that. And so go ahead and sign up for that. And if you also want, if you want to be part of the ladies who are doing the 10-minute tone up in the fat burning meal plan, that gives amazing results. During the holidays, we had a group of about 35 people doing that, and they on average lost 6 to 10 pounds in 3 weeks. And so that's a 10-minute to 30-minute a day fitness program, whichever you want, 10, 20, or 30. And it also includes an amazing meal plan done for you that's going to give you exactly what you need to get results, and also teach you the method of macros. So you get a lot for your money, and you have a support group right now doing it. So you've got those two things that you can go ahead and sign up for. Let's get started though. What we usually do on these Q&As is I go through the questions and the struggles of new ladies to the group. So let's learn about you, because the thing is generally when you join a group like this, that's based on a certain niche of people. So we're over 40, we're starting to feel the changes happen in our body, or they've been happening, and a lot of us have the same questions. So when I asked many of you, what's holding you back from getting results in your health and fitness, we have Jen here, and she said, I have fibromyalgia, so it's hard to stick to a strict exercise routine, and I also need to learn how to eat healthier. And so I would say, number one, if you have fibromyalgia, Jen, the healthy eating part is going to help you so much. What a much better quality of life you'll have when you're not eating an inflammatory diet, foods that set off your fibromyalgia, foods that, create blood sugar dysregulation. And so that's really important that you do find that healthy eating habits, and that you say, for my body, I need to eat this way to have my best life. We all should be doing that 80 to 85% of the time, right? Because we don't have to cut out the things we love forever. But for the most part, it's going to make you feel better when you eat better. And so I can teach you that. We can learn that. So I teach 5 different frameworks, I call them, for nutrition, which is guidelines. And they're all sustainable, enjoyable, and simple ways to do nutrition that will get you the results that you want when you learn them, when you understand the tools. When you add these tools to your toolbox, you get smarter in this area, which makes it a little bit easier to be successful, right? Or a lot easier to be successful. With regards to exercise as well, for somebody with fibromyalgia, this is also key. Doesn't mean that, so for those of you who aren't aware of what it feels like to have fibromyalgia, I've had many clients with fibromyalgia and with other autoimmune disorders. And what happens is if they go too hard, then they tend to have flare-ups, and then they feel set back. And I do have current and past clients who have dealt with this. And so what we do is we create a modified schedule, but it doesn't mean you can't have a routine. It means that we listen to your body. You take things at maybe a slower pace than others, that we build in more stretch time, more movement, and aren't always going hard all the time. But it doesn't mean that you can't have a routine and see it through. We just have to be careful and take that care and build the correct routine for you, which is something that is difficult to find in some of these big programs out there where, they don't have any way to change their program. For me, if you're working with me on an individual basis, then we can modify your program and customize it to you so that it fits what you're going through, so that you can be successful no matter your challenges, which is what I love to do, is be that person who's solving the puzzle with you to help you be really successful. So Jen asked me a question here. She says, when will it end? When will I get a good night's sleep again? So that's also going to contribute. If you're not sleeping well, that's also going to contribute to your fibromyalgia, your pain, because part of our sleep is regeneration, right? Is the rebuilding of our muscles, is the rebuilding of our cognitive ability. And so if we're not getting good sleep, then that really impacts our ability to regenerate and feel good the next day. And so we'll have to figure out everything that's going on. So this is where I also love to schedule calls. Now, I won't be doing calls until I get home from Italy. So, and I also apologize if anybody's been sitting in my inbox without responses. I'm going to try to take some time while my husband and my son are showering this morning to respond to as many messages before we head out for the day. But I promise I will 100% catch up with all messages, really get into these conversations and get a little deeper with each of you so that we can figure out what's going on, if it's a good fit for us to have a call. I love to do Zoom calls because I like to really have video calls, and I'm meeting you, you're meeting me, and figure out what will be the best fit for you. And I think for somebody who has something like fibromyalgia, I do think that doing, something like my Empowered Fitness Mastery program, which is a higher tier program, but it means that you and I have that special one-on-one connection. I do think that that's really important, at least for a month or 3 months, to really get us going and feeling confident in the plan that we're making together. So Jen, I hope that we can set up a call real soon. I will reach out to you today, and maybe we can set it up for when I get back. What I do is usually I'll open up 7 days worth of calendar days. So if today's Wednesday, then you'll see on my calendar I should have maybe Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, or Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday available starting today. So if anybody really wants a call, just give me a shout, send me a message and say, hey, Jill, I really want to get on your calendar first. Okay, so Lulu says she's not sure what to do, and that's holding her back. And so that's where all you gotta do is take that one little step. Let's have a little conversation in our messenger inbox, and then let's set up a call, and we can start to dive in. And it's really fun, I think that, it's nice to be heard. It's nice to have somebody interested in what's going on with you and want to help you reach your goals. And so if these calls are free, which they are, you get about 45 minutes with me, I would say, let's set that up together. But also, if you're going through menopause, start with that 5-day menopause makeover. There's a call included in that too. And in the 5-day menopause makeover, you actually fill out a hormone harmony assessment for me, and I get that, and then you can set up your call with me, and you can even do the 5 days, and we can set up the call at the end, which will be when I'm home, and that way we can go over what's going on, and maybe we can go over what you learn in the 5-day menopause makeover and make that next steps plan. So that's what's most important to me, is to really empower you with the tools that you need to succeed, right? And teach you. I'm not here to hold back on anything. I want to teach you everything so you can be independently successful, okay? Cheryl asks, how does she lose belly fat? I get this one every single week. So belly fat is going to come from good nutrition, right? So if you kind of eat healthy, sometimes, maybe let's look at a percentage, 1 to 100. If you kind of eat good, 60, 70% of the time, you're probably going to either stay the same or eventually the scale's going to creep up. If you are at about 80%, you're going to see a little slow creep to your goals. If you're at 90%, you're going to see those goals happen a lot quicker. And if you're 95%, you're getting ready for some kind of amazing beach, bikini experience, or even a bikini competition. I've done that at about 95%. 100%, you're going to be like Miss America, prance on a stage in a bikini and in a beautiful gown. So it doesn't take perfection in nutrition, but sometimes nutrition isn't enough, right? We also need to be doing movement. And what's really important is when we have the body doing the work for us. So building muscle is going to help your body burn more calories at rest, which means that you don't have to be working out all the time. But if you can build up over time and create a body that has a much more smart metabolism, then that will help you burn more belly fat as well. And then the last piece is for women in our age group, over 40, is that our cortisol levels are going to start having a piece in that belly fat storage. It's with the decline of estrogen in our body, our belly fat just starts to store if we're not regulating our blood sugar and regulating our stress levels. And so those things are important too. These are all parts of what you'll learn in the 5-day menopause makeover. So I would say, Cheryl, get into that. Let's start there and then have a conversation together, okay? Wendy says trauma and stress is holding her back. She and I talked, she's going through a lot. So I said, I think we need to work on that trauma and stress because it's hard to get anywhere without dealing with those underlying things too. As long as those stress levels are really high, it's very hard for us to move past it and work on our physical selves. Sometimes we have to work on the inside before the outside. She's also talking about muscle weakness. So we will need to build strength up, probably gradually over time. Her question is which foods to eat and how often to lower cortisol and insulin. So think about your blood sugar as a line, right? And so if you stop eating, your blood sugar starts to go down. And when you eat, it goes up, right? And if you don't eat for a really long time, your blood sugar starts to crash. That's when you start to crash. If you then eat something really sugary, your blood sugar is going to spike. And generally, high sugar foods, we also see a quick drop. So what we don't want to see is this constant up and down of blood sugar, because that tells the cortisol in your body, like, need more cortisol, need more regulation, right? And so what we want to do is we want to regulate our blood sugar with our nutrition, which means you want to eat evenly throughout the day. So with which foods and how often, I would suggest for somebody who's trying to regulate their cortisol is to have the combination of foods, proteins, healthy fats, carbs, all whole foods, good foods for you, healthy foods, is to eat them together so that if you're just eating carbs, your blood sugar is going to go up. If you add some protein and fats to that, it's not going to spike as high with the same foods. And then eating regularly throughout the day. So maybe 3, 4, 5, I say more 4 to 5 meals throughout the day is going to help you with blood sugar regulation as opposed to going a really long time without food. Okay. All right, next thing. Jamie says what's holding her back is that she can't control her eating. I also really love to eat and I don't like to stop eating. And she wants to know how to lose weight. So I would say, Jamie, you're somebody who's going to be like me. If you're not somebody who can be like, just stop eating, then I would say you want to be a person who works out more, right? And builds a body with a lot of muscle so that you can eat more, so that your body is using those calories. That's what I would say, is because I don't want to eat less. I want to eat what I love to eat and I want my body to burn more calories for me. So that would be my suggestion for you. What we can do also is learn how to eat in a more structured manner and have some kind of guidelines to help you, because maybe things that you're currently doing are making it harder for you. So I can teach you how to eat to help manage your hunger a little better, and I can teach you what you would need to do for weight loss, okay? Gloria says perimenopause is holding her back, and she says, what should I take to balance my hormones? This is where I would say, Gloria, do the 5-day menopause makeover. Day 5 is all about HRT, hormone replacement therapy, and you might want to go do a blood panel, figure out what's going on with your hormones. That way your doctor or whoever you see for it will know what you need to do. So some women take progesterone, estrogen, testosterone. And so we need to figure out which ones we need. And there's professionals that can help you do that. Okay. Natalia wants to build muscle. Go girl. I can help you do that. I build strength training programs that are meant to help you build muscle. Mirabelle says that motivation is holding her back. So I guess the quickest thing I would say is that she says she has no motivation. And so my question would be, are you happy with where you're at right now? Because if you're not happy with where you're at right now, that will be your motivation to change. So if you don't like where you're at right now, use that as your motivation and then take action, right? Take action by just reaching out to me. And that'll be enough to get the ball rolling, okay? Kara says what holds her back is overdoing it on snacks. So maybe we may need to make our meals bigger or more often so that we're not looking to snack all the time. If we eat enough at our meals, maybe we won't be hungry for snacks. And she says that menopause weight gain in her belly is what she is looking to get rid of. And she says nothing seems to work. Kara just joined my fat burning meal plan and 10-minute tone up. I know she's doing the 30-minute, 10-minute tone up. And so I think she's going to see some great results. So we'll check back in with Kara soon. Karen says, why am I eating better but not losing weight? I know that's very frustrating. I remember a time where I went 80 days without having a drop of alcohol other than one glass of wine on my birthday. And I was like, I'm going to lose weight doing this, right? Not drinking alcohol. And at the end of that time, I had actually gained 1 pound. But you know what I did is I also took pictures of myself in my bikini on day 1 and on day 80. And the change that my body went through was amazing because I was looking to build muscle and I was working out every day and I was eating healthy and I stopped drinking alcohol. And so even though I gained 1 pound of muscle, I had lost a lot of fat and I gained 1 pound on the scale. I lost a lot of fat and I gained a lot of muscle, and my body composition changed in the direction that I wanted it to. So sometimes it's not all about the scale, but sometimes it's not all about nutrition. Are you moving? Are you sleeping? Are you reducing your stress? There's a lot of other things that go along with this. So I would say for Karen, start with the 5-day menopause makeover. Let's circle up you and me and then see where we need to go from there. All right, we got 2 more. Menopausal weight gain is holding Retta back. I think this was Retta. I deleted the little screenshot before I figured out who it was, but I'm pretty sure it was Retta. And she wants to lose 30 pounds and 3 dress sizes and feel better. So I would say start with that 5-day menopause makeover. It's going to teach you so much for only $5. All right. And Jeannie says maybe nutrition's holding her back. She wants to lose pant size, and she says she wants to know how to continually eat for energy and satiety. So satiety means like you feel satiated, like you're good. You know, you eat and you're like, okay, I feel good. So that again is going to be not eating a restrictive diet. For those of you who are like, I need to be low carb and low fat and keto and this and that and all these things. What if we just eat balanced? Because that's going to help you with a sustainable way to eat and throughout the day, right? So for energy, it means we have to eat enough and we have to eat often enough. So if we go too long, our blood sugar starts to crash and we lose energy. So eating before you're starving is important, and eating enough at your meals. And that is going to help with both things. One thing that helps with satiety is eating proteins and fats. So healthy fats, lean protein are going to sustain your hunger for longer. So if you're trying to eat salad with no dressing, that's not actually helpful. If you're trying to eat a low fat diet all the time, that's not helpful. If you're trying to eat, powdered peanut butter with no fat in it because it's less fat, it doesn't actually help you. I'd rather you eat the real peanuts or the real peanut butter, and so adding those healthy fats in, adding the protein is going to help you stay fuller longer. So Jeannie, what you need is a framework for nutrition. That's what I do, is I teach them. So I hope this is helpful for you. And let me know what you learned. Let me know that you watched. And I'm going to offer you this opportunity again. Sign up for the 5-day menopause makeover. You have the link. Sign up for the 10-minute tone up with the fat burning meal plan if you want a 3-week plan. And then you'll see a post from me later this week to go ahead and start signing up for those calls with me. And then I will also reach out to you via Messenger if you've hopped in my inbox recently. I've got a lot of follow-ups to do. So work hard, play hard, work hard. All right. Everybody have a great week. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.